My name is Zamber. Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video and deciding to watch with me. Today we are back with something a little different. We are, talking to strangers today. We're watching the TheOdd1sOut newest video called Talking to Strangers. One of my favorite things about watching the TheOdd1sOut, I'm a huge fan of him, but my favorite thing is he kind of is very similar to me in the fact that we are both kind of have at least a small amount of social anxiety. I don't know if he's actually diagnosed with it, or if it's just that weird millennial thing. But talking to a complete stranger, and I'm not saying going to an anime convention and talking to someone there, because I at least know that they are in my realm of people, that I could say something and not be judged. But I'm talking about stranger on the street, don't know you type of person. So I'm curious to see what he has to say about it. Like I said, we're both very similar on that aspect, so I'm very curious. I think this is going to be a very fun video. It's about 8 minutes long or so. So I am excited to watch. I hope you guys are as well. So without further ado, let's get started!
Let's pretend you get on a bus and it's super crowded. The only spot that's open is between two strangers. So you sit down between two people
I've never really taken the bus
everyone
much,
is fine.
ever.
Everyone's keeping to themselves, no one's making eye contact, it's perfect. Sure, your shoulders are touching, but that's just what happens. That's part of the bus-going experience, you poor person. But then at the very next...
Yes! Okay, really rarely ever take a bus. I have my own car. But if I had to do this, that would be me. I can't stand when I'm shoulder to shoulder with someone. It's very uncomfortable. I feel weird. I'm the one who will literally close themselves in as much as possible to avoid that, like, touching. So it's really funny.
Stop, aisle seat guy gets off. So now you and window seat guy are sitting right next to each other.
Oh, you instantly
but
move.
Since you're in the middle, you have to be the one to decide, do you move or not?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what the right thing to do in that situation is. I'm conflicted. Because if you move, it would be silently telling the other person, hey, you're disgusting. I can't stand having our shoulders touch any longer, and I'm glad to finally get away from you. Ugh.
I mean, yes, that is what you're saying. But I think they'd be grateful, right? I would be grateful if someone moved over. Because, like, now you're being... Because then, the opposite coin is, now you're being weird. Because your arms are touching, and that's kind of like you saying, I like our arms touching. Which isn't okay. That's weird. So, no, you move. You move. Don't worry about their feelings, because they'll be happier that you moved. Case closed.
Ugh. But on the other hand, if I was the window seat guy, I would want the middle seat guy to become the new aisle seat guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see moving as rude.
So that way no one else
want
moves
his
in your
gross,
seat.
disgusting body as far away from me as possible.
Don't body shame me, baby.
That's not rude. But on the other hand, maybe I'm overthinking everything, and most people don't even mind being this close to another human, and they aren't struggling socially. I don't know. Now imagine that same situation.
No, you're right?
But with urinals. If you're in the middle urinal, do you move?
Okay. As I am not a male, or have a genitalia for urinal. I honestly don't. For a urinal. I don't get the struggle. I feel like if I had that reproductive part, I would always go to the bathroom, like, in a stall. That's so weird. I don't like that you just put it all out there for everyone. And I know there's the unspoken male vow. But it's weird. It's still weird. I just, as someone who identifies as a female and is a cis female, the thought of having to just go in front of somebody is weird. The little crack in the stall that you can see through just barely is already the, like, worst thing in the world. You're putting it all out there now. Like, it's weird. Nope.
halfway through to the other urinal, because I would. Are you supposed to talk to people when you're sitting 2 inches away from them? I always felt like I should say something, like, hey, did you see the game last night?
Don't.
I didn't. I was too busy drawing cartoons. But I realized that this is a two-way street. I'm worried about not talking to someone, but they're not talking to me either. We both agree that there's this unwritten contract between us that we're not even going to look at each other.
Yeah.
It got me thinking about strangers and specifically how I treat them. And how I can make money off of them. Hey-oh! I'm just kidding. That was a joke. For most of my life, I would go out of my way to avoid talking to people.
Yeah.
I would stay in my lane, mind my own business, no eye contact. If everyone's using a urinal, I'd have to pee tomorrow. Yes, I'm lonely. But now that YouTube's the thing, I'm interacting with strangers more often than I've had to in my entire life. So I've been thinking a lot about strangers. And first of all, I think the word stranger is already an insulting label for someone just because you don't know their name.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know this person. They're a stranger. They're strange. I'm the normal one. They're the freaks. They probably murder people with an axe. That's always the go-to profession of a stranger, an axe murderer.
Yeah.
But the people you see throughout your day are all humans with their own hopes and dreams, and some of them may hope to kill you, but you'll never know because you didn't ever take the time to get to know them. So I think that the people you see throughout your daily life aren't strangers. They're potential friends. Except for the weird ones, obviously. Stay away from them. And yes, I'm telling you to judge people based on their appearance. They're the ones that chose to wear anime shirts in public, okay? So back to the bus scenario.
I don't normally wear any contradicting my wall of posters. I actually don't really wear anime shirts outside of my home. They're usually, I buy a bunch of them and I'm like, oh cool, I'll wear them. But I have to go to work where I can't wear graphic tees. And so they become bedtime shirts. And I go like, oh, but I'll wear them on the weekends. It's like, I don't like going out on the weekends. My idea for a perfect weekend is not doing anything. So you can't judge me. You can judge me on my hair though. That's fair. I've come to accept it. But yeah, I will be honest, how can you not judge somebody who wears an anime shirt, I judge them, though, not in a bad way. I judge them as a potential friend. But they are just far braver than me and probably then far nerdier than me because I am not a huge weeaboo. So I get scared to interact with another weeaboo because they're going to be full weeaboo and I am a casual anime consumer. So it makes me nervous. So I judge. Yeah, I judge you. I will judge. I judge everyone.
Sitting right next to this fellow human being. So far, there's not a single reason why I should dislike this person, but I don't know why, if you put him and me on a bus next to each other, I want him as far away from me as possible.
Yeah.
Just stop touching my shoulder.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I took the bus. Unfortunately, that's not the only place you meet strangers. One time I was at Home Depot and I was looking for jumper cables and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I don't know if I'm the only human that's like this, but I will try everything in my power to not talk to a sales associate. I guess it's because I know they get paid minimum wage and their life sucks and I just want to leave them alone and not make their job any harder than it has to be. But asking employees for help isn't even bothering them that much. In fact, I think it's part of their job. Like, what's...
Okay, but my concern, my reason for not, besides I don't want to make their life harder, is because I feel like every time I have had the courage to ask, they're like, I don't know where that is. It's like, you work here, though. I worked up the courage to ask you. Like, I don't know, try this aisle, and it's not there. And then you're wandering around, and then they find you again. They're like, oh, did you find it? And you're like, no. And then you have to walk away, because they can't help you. So I'm not gonna stand there in that awkwardness. Oh, it's hard. Life is hard, guys.
It's the worst thing they're gonna say. Ugh. You don't know where one specific item is? Everyone else knows. Did you even look? They're in the jumper cable aisle, idiot. No one's gonna think that. Feeling desperate, I mustered up what little courage I had and swaggered up to someone wearing an orange vest and said, excuse me, do you know where the jumper cables are? I don't work here.
No.
Oh, you don't work here? And then he walked away. And then he waddled away. So I think the logical thing to do in that situation would have been to find someone who does work there. But I left the store because I didn't want to run into that same guy again.
Oh no!
But I also bought a hammer because I didn't want people to think that I stole something.
Oh no!
So... Oh yeah. And by the way, if you wear an orange vest to Home Depot, just expect people to ask you for help. Same goes for people who wear red shirts at Target.
True.
You'd think I'd learn
Very
from my
true.
mistakes, but no, I have a bunch more examples. When my book came out, my publisher said that it was going to be carried at Barnes & Noble. And I thought that was super duper cool and wanted to see my book in the wild. Not to buy or anything, just to have a look at.
Yeah.
So I took my friend Adam from Something Else YT, and we went to the local Barnes & Noble and started our search. We looked in the humor section, didn't find it. Then we checked the new release section. It wasn't there either. Then we looked at the best-selling section, then the religious section, but we couldn't find the book anywhere. So either the publisher lied or they had already sold out. But just to be sure, I asked one of the workers, hey, do you guys have a book by TheOdd1sOut? He kind of looks like this. And the worker typed something out on his computer and said, oh yeah, we got those in the back. We just haven't put them out yet. So then he went to the back room, brought out a copy and handed it to me saying, here you go, kid. And I thought, well, frick. I can't just hand it back to the guy and say, oh no, that's okay. I didn't want to buy it. I just wanted to have a look at it. Do you know how inconvenient that would be? So the only less awkward option I could think of was to buy my own book. And you know what? I'd get a couple cents back from this purchase, so it wouldn't have been a total loss.
Yeah,
but the more sensible one said,
dude, this is ridiculous. You have to come clean.
So then he went to the worker and said,
so he actually wrote this book. He just wanted to get a look at it, like, in the wild.
And the worker said, oh, that's so cool. Do you want to sign our copies? And then I thought, well, hold on. You're not even going to ask me for my ID?
No.
How do you know I actually wrote this book and I'm not some guy trying to face someone else's?
Legit.
And then the guy gave me a whole stack of my books and I signed them all.
Oh my God.
Before I go, I was in the hallway of a building and me and this potential friend crossed paths. He said, hello, and I was going to respond with, hello, and how's it going? But I combined the two and ended up saying, how?
Oh.
And then I jumped out a window and fell to my death.
No.
I can't rationalize that behavior. Maybe I spend too much time on the computer and I'm not used to looking at real people's faces, but I'm trying to change. Don't get me wrong, going to conventions and meeting fans has helped me a lot with talking to people. Granted, those conversations are usually one-sided and a real stranger won't already know who I am, but they've still helped me. Now, you might be expecting me to give you advice on overcoming social anxiety, but if you watch this video, you know I'm not the most qualified to give that advice, but I'll try my best. I know it's hard to feel confident, and I'm still working on it, but you have to understand that we're all people, and we all have things that we're struggling with. And in reality, we're not all watching or caring about every little thing that other people do. We're all too busy worrying about what other people think of us. So with enough practice and believing in yourself, you can show the world your true colors, and I think you'll find that people are a lot nicer than you think. So if you're the middle seat guy on the bus and you have to decide whether or not to move, do whatever you want, no one cares. Just stop touching my shoulders. Hey everyone, I know it's been a while. Thank you for being
That was
patient
really
with this
good.
video.
I liked
May
it.
has been a really busy month because some of you might know that May is my birthday month and I don't work on my birthday month, so if there's a lesson you should take away from this video is
I don't
want to
work on my birthday month.
Everyone is weird.
That's
if
a great way to live.
Bad for being awkward,
I
then
want
not
to
only
do
is
that.
person more weird
I
than
want
you,
to do that. Alright, like I said, I have a feeling my boy understood the social anxiety just based on his other videos, and he did. Strangers are potential friends, a very positive phrase. It sounds like something a therapist would say. But strangers are scary. I mean, it's honestly the fear of being rejected or having that awkward, like, hey, how are you? What do you like? Oh, not much. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's that fear of small talk and communicating is insanely difficult, I think, for anybody. It's nerve-wracking. And some people are just better at it than others. Or maybe they just don't think about it as much as some of us do. Because I think I have a lot of like-minded people as my subscribers. But it's hard. Just talking to people in general is hard. I still struggle with it. so much. Like, there are people that I desperately want to be friends with, but I can't. Because I am so incredibly awkward and don't want to be judged because I am an awkward, kind of out there person. I tend to like to be myself, and so when I meet someone new, I'm reduced down to the most base, bare bone version of me I can be, which is a giggly mess. So it's hard, but I think it's something we all need to actually do better about, because I feel like we've become very passive as a people. We don't want to be as involved. We care more so about ourselves. Though we want to help, and we do passively, we don't have that very aggressive, like, I'm going to meet you, like back in the day, people would literally go through the phone book. Like, literally back in the day, people would go in the phone book, and they would invite everybody in the phone book in their town to a party, where that's just not a thing anymore. We don't do that. That's weird. Like, we don't invite our mom's second cousin's friend, work friend anymore, because that's weird. That's awkward. We don't know them. We don't want to engage with somebody we don't know, because in this digital age, we already choose who we want to talk to and communicate with. We don't have to meet people the same way that we once did. So I feel like we've become very distant from strangers. Because once you meet someone online, after just a minute or two, you're no longer strangers. Where I feel that I can still be around somebody maybe 7+ times, and I don't think I could call them an acquaintance because I can't talk to them. So it's hard. It's very interesting. We live in a very different age. And whether that's good or bad, it's got kind of a combination of everything. You can literally be who you want to be. But yet, it's all about connections, and we have these connections, but it's what we do with them that makes us who we are. So, overall, social anxiety sucks. I wish we didn't have to think a million thoughts before saying hello to somebody, but that's just what happens. It's hard, and I know a lot of people's parents have a very hard time understanding that. I know my parents would always kind of laugh at me because I didn't know the word to tell them, so I'd say I'm just very shy. And they'd be like, oh, you're not shy, though. And it's like, I guess you're right, I'm not shy, but I can't talk to people. I don't like the thought of talking to another person. Some random person who I know we're gonna have nothing in common. The dude who is trying to deliver me food probably does not actually care about the food he's delivering. So I don't know what this guy does when he's not delivering my pizza. I don't really want to know or care. Moral of the story is just say hi. Say hi. Introduce yourself to everybody. Make a friend. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I'll see you all later. Bye!